suffixes. Okay, then today I'm going to discuss it with the suffix meaning example. Suffix meaning example. Yeah, everyone suffix meaning example. The suffix al. What is the suffix al? Al is nothing but pertaining to or referring to. Pertaining to or referring to. Abdominal. What does mean abdominal? It is referring to the abdomen. Referring to what? Abdomen. Physician is referring to the abdomen. What is abdomen? Abdomen is nothing but stomach region. Abdomen is nothing but stomach region. The physician referring the abdomen, it's called as abdomen. The next one, IC. IC is also same, pertaining to or referring to epigastric. Epi means above, gastro means stomach, epigastric. IC means referring to. Referring to above the stomach is called as epigastric. Referring to above the stomach is called as epigastric. If it is in stomach, if it is in stomach, above the stomach, we will have what we will have? Esophagus. What's it called? Esophagus. Is referring to above the stomach is called as esophagus. The next one AC. AC is also same pertaining to or referring to cardiac. What is the cardiac? Referring to the what? Cardiac means అంటే ఏంటి? What is cardio? Heart. Referring to the heart. Referring to the heart is called as cardiac. Referring to the heart is called as cardiac. EAL. EAL is also same pertaining to or referring to. Pertaining to or referring to. Esophageal. Esophageal is nothing but referring to the what? Referring to esophagus. Esophagus is also called food pipe. Esophagus is also called food pipe. Referring to the esophagus. Yes, disturbance over there. Please mute yourself. Next, OUS. OUS is nothing but pertaining to or referring to. Same. Pertaining to or referring to OUS. Subcutaneous. Yes, please mute yourself. I'm sorry, the disturbance. The OUS. OUS is also same pertaining to or referring to. Pertaining to or referring to. Subcutaneous. What is meant by sub? Sub and what's the prefix sub? Sub is called as below. Sub is called as below. Cutaneous. What is cutaneous? Below the skin. Cutaneous is nothing but skin. Referring to below the skin is called as muscle. It's called as muscle. Referring to the muscle. Subcutaneous is nothing but referring to below the skin. The next prefix of IVE. IVE is also same pertaining to or referring to. Pertaining to or referring to. Pre-operative. What is meant by pre-operative? Referring to pre ante before. Referring to before the operation. Referring to before the operation is called as pre-operative. Referring to before the operation is called as pre-operative. The next one, ARY. ARY nothing but pertaining to or referring to. Same. Pertaining to or referring to. Inframammary. Inframammary is nothing but referring to below the infra ante below. Mammary ante breast. Referring to below the breast is called as inframammary. Inframammary is nothing but referring to below the breast. Next one, OSC. OSC is nothing but pertaining to or referring to. Pertaining to or referring to. Adipose. Adipose is nothing but referring to what? Fat. Adipo ante fat. The referring to the fat is called as adipose. The referring to the fat is called as adipose. Next one, gram. Gram is nothing but record or image. The record or image is called as gram. The record or image is called as what? Gram. Electrocardiogram. The record or image of electricity of the heart. ECG antam. The ECG is nothing but electrocardiogram. The record or image of electricity of the heart is called as ECG. Electrocardiogram. The next one, graph. What is graph? The graph is nothing but instrument used to record. Instrument used to record. Electrocardiograph. The instrument used to record the electricity of the heart is called as graph. The next one, graphy. Graphy is nothing but process of recording. Process of recording is called graphy. Process of recording is called as graphy. Electrocardiography. What is electrocardiography? The process of recording of electricity. The process of recording of electricity of the heart. See here, I said three scenarios here. I said three scenarios here. See here, this is called ECG machine. Do you know ECG? Electrocardiogram. ECG లో ఏముంటాయి? Waves ఉంటాయి. ఏముంటాయి? Waves. ECG machine లో. The waves like PQRST అనే waves ఉంటాయి. ఏం ఈ వేవ్స్ ఇండికేషన్ ఏంటి? ద ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ ఆఫ్ ద హార్ట్ ని మానిటర్ చేస్తాయి వేవ్స్. కొన్నిసార్లు ఒకే సడన్ గా బీప్ సౌండ్ వస్తుంది, ఫ్లాట్ లైన్ వచ్చి బీప్ సౌండ్ వస్తే ద పేషెంట్ వాస్ డెడ్ అంటాడు. ఎలా అంటాడు? బికాస్ ద హార్ట్ ఫంక్షన్, హార్ట్ ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ వాస్ గాన్, దట్స్ వై ద బీప్ సౌండ్ విల్ కమ్ విత్ అ ఫ్లాట్ లైన్. దట్స్ కాల్డ్ as PQRST అనే వేవ్స్ ఉంటాయి. దట్స్ అ మిషన్ కాల్డ్ ECG, ఎలక్ట్రోకార్డియోగ్రామ్. ఈ లోపల రికార్డ్ ఈ వేవ్స్ కనిపిస్తున్నాయా? ఈ వేవ్స్ ని ఎలక్ట్రోకార్డియోగ్రామ్ అంటాం. గ్రామ్ అంటే ఏంటి? రికార్డ్ ఆర్ ఇమేజ్. దిస్ రికార్డ్ ఆర్ ఇమేజ్ ని ఎలక్ట్రోకార్డియోగ్రామ్ అంటాం. వి కాల్ ఇట్ as గ్రామ్. ఈ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ ఉన్న this instrument is called as, what is this instrument is called as? Graph. What is it called? Graph. Electrocardiograph. Instrument graph antam. We call it as graph. The entire process, the entire process is called as graphy. What is the process is called as? Graphy. The process is called as graphy. Electrocardiography. What is meant by gram? Gram is nothing but record or image. ఈ లోపల వేవ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈ రికార్డ్ ని గ్రామ్ అంటాం. Electrocardiogram. The record or image of electricity of the heart is called as electrocardiogram. Next, graph. Graph అంటే ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ యూజ్ టు రికార్డ్ చేసేదాన్ని గ్రాఫ్ అంటాం. ఎలక్ట్రోకార్డియోగ్రాఫ్ ఈ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్, ఈసీజీ మిషన్ ని గ్రాఫ్ అంటాం. వాట్ ఇస్ ఇట్ కాల్డ్? గ్రాఫ్. ఈ మిషన్ ని ఎంటర్ మిషన్ ని గ్రాఫ్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ గ్రఫీ. Graphy is nothing but process of recording. Process of recording. Electrocardiography. The process of recording of the electricity of the heart is called as electrocardiography. The process of recording of electricity of the heart is called as electrocardiography. The next one, meter. What is the next one? Meter. Meter is not what? Instrument used to measure. Instrument used to measure is called as meter. Thermometer. The instrument used to measure. దేని మెజర్ చేస్తుంది? థర్మోమీటర్. డాక్టర్ థర్మోమీటర్ పెట్టి ఏం మెజర్ చేస్తారు? టెంపరేచర్. థర్మో అంటే ఏంటి? టెంపరేచర్. The instrument used to measure the temperature is called thermometer. Next one, if I say oximeter. What is oximeter? దేని మెజర్ చేస్తుంది చెప్పండి? మీటర్ అంటే ఏంటి? ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ యూజ్ టు మెజర్. కోవిడ్ టైంలో చూసాము ఆక్సిమీటర్ యూజ్ టు మెజర్ దేన్ని? ఆక్సిజన్ సాచురేషన్. దేన్ని? ఆక్సిజన్ సాచురేషన్. బ్లడ్ లో ఎంత ఆక్సిజన్ ఉంది అని మెజర్ చేయడానికి ఆక్సిమీటర్ అంటాం. ద మీటర్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ యూజ్ టు మెజర్ చేయడానికి ఆక్సిమీటర్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, ద నెక్స్ట్ ప్రిఫిక్స్ వచ్చేసి మెట్రీ. వాట్ ఈస్ మీన్ బై మెట్రీ? ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ మెజరింగ్. ఈ ప్రాసెస్ ని, ద మెజరింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద టెంపరేచర్ ని థర్మోమెట్రీ అంటాం. The process of measuring of the temperature is called as thermometry. We call it as thermometry. Next one, the next suffix such as scope. The scope, instrument used to see. Instrument used to see. చూడటానికి useful. Example, microscope. Example, microscope. What is meant by microscope? Instrument scope అంటే ఏంటి? ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ యూజ్డ్ టు see the microorganisms is called as microscope. What is it called? Microscope. Yeah, disturbance ekkada? Please mute yourself. Thank you. The microscope, instrument used to see microorganism. The instrument which is used to see the microorganisms are called as microscope. We call it as, what is it called? We call it as microscope. Instrument used to see. Instrument used to see is called as microorganism, like cells ni, bacteria, virus. What are the microorganisms? Bacteria, viruses ni, or microstructures ni చూడటానికి helpful అయ్యేది microscope అంటాం. Okay, next one, scopy. Scopy is nothing but process of visual examination. Microscopy. Process of visual examination of microorganisms are called microscopy. Do you know telescopy? Tele ante the process, the instrument used to see the far object. దూరం ఉన్న ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ని చూడటానికి హెల్ప్ అయ్యే ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ ని స్కోపీ అంట. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ద టెలిస్కోపీ. టెలి అంటే ఏంటి? ఫార్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. ఫార్ మీనింగ్ ఫార్. మైక్రోస్కోపీ ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ఆఫ్ మైక్రో ఆర్గానిజమ్స్. ఈ ప్రాసెస్ ని మైక్రోస్కోపీ అంట. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ బ్లాస్ట్. What is a blast? Blast is nothing but immature cell. Immature cell. Osteoblast. Osteoblast is nothing but immature bone cell. If I say erythroblast, erythroblast ante immature red blood cell. Immature red blood cell is called as erythroblast. If I say leucoblast, very good. Immature white blood cells. The immature white blood cells are called leucoblast. Immature white blood cells are called leucoblast. Next one, site. The next prefix of this is site. Site is nothing but cell. Site is nothing but cell. Osteocyte, mature bone cell. Bone cell is called as osteocyte. If I say erythrocyte, erythrocyte ante enti? Red blood cell. Red blood cells are called erythrocytes. Okay. Dermatocyte. What is mean by dermatocyte? Dermatocyte is nothing but skin cell. Skin cell. Next one, Zen. What is meant by gen? An agent that causes or produces carcinogen. The agent which causes what it causes? Cancer. The agents which causes cancer are called as carcinogens. Carcinogens అంటే ఏంటి? క్యాన్సర్ ని కాజ్ చేసే. The agent which causes cancer are called cancer. Cancer ని కాజ్ చేసేవి cancerous agents ని allergens అంటారు. Allergens అంటే the agent which causes allergy are called allergens. Next one, itis. Yes, mute yourself, ma'am, after the answer. Itis. Itis is nothing but inflammation. Itis is nothing but inflammation. Appendicitis. Appendicitis is nothing but inflammation of what? Inflammation of what? Appendix. Inflammation or infection of appendix is called as appendicitis. If I say gastritis, inflammation of stomach. If I say enteritis, inflammation of what? Small intestine. If I say carditis, if I say nephritis, what is nephritis? Kidney, very good. This is about the itis. Itis is nothing but inflammation or infection. Inflammation or infection ni itis and next phasia. Phasia is nothing but swallowing. Vingata. Phasia is nothing but swallowing. Euphasia. Euphasia is nothing but normal swallowing. Normal swallowing ni euphasia. Dysphasia ante difficulty in swallowing. Vingataplo కష్టం అయితే that is called as dysphasia. We call it as dysphasia. Next, lazy. Lazy is nothing but study of. Lazy అంటే ఏంటి? Study of. చదవటాన్ని lazy అంటాం. Gastrology. What is gastrology? Study of what? Study of stomach. The study of stomach is called as gastrology. If I say hepatology. Hepatology అంటే ఏంటి? Study of my hepatology. Study of liver. Study of the study of liver is called as hepatology. Study of liver is called as hepatology. Yes. Next one, voices is nothing but formation. Formation. Yes. Next one, poiesis. Poiesis is nothing but formation. Poiesis ante nothing but formation of. Hemopoiesis. Hemo ante blood. The formation of blood is called as hemopoiesis. Ekkada form aitundi? The blood is produced or formed inside the bone marrow. Inside the cavities of the bone. Inside the cavities of the bone is called as bone marrow. We call it as what do we call? Bone marrow. We call it as bone marrow. inside the bone marrow, the bone inside the bone, there is a marrow is present. That is called as bone marrow. Inside the bone marrow, there is a cavity is present. There's a cavity. There is a formation of blood. The blood is formed inside the bone marrow. That is called as the formation is called as hemopoiesis. Hemopoiesis. The next one, lysis. The next suffix వచ్చేసి lysis. Lysis is nothing but destruction. What is lysis? Destruction. Hemolysis. Hemolysis, hemo means blood. Hemolysis is nothing but blood destruction. The destruction of the blood is called as hemolysis. Next one, stasis. Stasis is nothing but to stop. Stasis is nothing but to stop. Hemostasis. What is hemostasis? To stop what? To stop bleeding. The stop blood or bleeding is called as hemostasis. Hemostasis is nothing but to stop blood or bleeding is called as hemostasis. Stoppage of bleeding or blood. Next one, algia. Algia is nothing but pain. What is algia? Pain. Algia is nothing but pain. Algia is nothing but pain. Myalgia. Myo అంటే ఏంటి చెప్పండి? What is myo? Muscles. The medical term for the muscles are called myo. The medical term for muscles are called myo. Myalgia. What is myalgia? Myalgia is nothing but muscle pain. The myalgia is nothing but muscle pain. The pain in the muscles is called as myalgia. The pain in the muscles are called myalgia. Next one, dynia. Dynia is also pain. Dynia is also pain. Dynia is also pain. Dentodynia. What is dentodynia? Dento అంటే ఏంటి? Dentist అంటే తెలుసా? Dento అంటే pain in teeth. Pain in teeth. Teeth. Teeth pain or tooth pain is called as dentodynia. We call it as dentodynia. The next one, IST. IST is nothing but a specialist. A specialist is nothing but IST. Cardiologist. Cardiologist అంటే ఎవరు? Specialist for heart. Specialist for heart is called as cardiologist. Next, form. 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 Form is nothing but resembling or ఇప్పుడు nephrologist అంటే ఎవరు? Nephrologist. Specialist for kidney. Dermatologist. Specialist for skin. Dentist. Specialist for teeth. Okay, next, form. Form is nothing but resembling or like. Fungiform. Fungiform is nothing but resembling or like fungus. Like fungus. Like fungus into that is called fungiform. It's called as fungiform. It's called as fungiform. That's called as fungi. తీసుకోవద్దు. పెట్టుకోవద్దు. The fungiform. Fungiform. Fungiform is nothing but resembling or fungus. Okay, the resembling. The form is nothing but resembling or like. Resembling or like. Fungiform అంటే ఏంటి? The fungiform is nothing but resembling or like fungus. Like fungus అంటే that is called as fungiform. It's called as fungiform. Next one, oid. OID. Oid అంటే ఏంటి? Oid is also same. Resembling or like. Resembling or like. Lipoid. Lipoid is nothing but like lipids అంటాం. Lipids అంటే fat. Lipids are nothing but fat. Lipoid. Lipids are nothing but fat. Fat cells are called lipids. Lipoid is nothing but resembling like fungus. Or sorry, resembling like lipids or fat. Next, ULE. Ule is not ule is also small. What is the ule? Small. Venule. Venule is nothing but smallest vein. Smallest veins are called venule. The smallest veins ఏమంటాము అంటే venule. We call it as venule. The next one, OLE. OLE is also small. OLE is also small. Arteriole. What is arteriole? Smallest artery. See here, if it is an heart has four chambers. Heart has four chambers. Those are right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. Right atrium, right ventricle, and left ventricle. Okay, from these, the oxygenated blood carriers. Okay, the oxygenated blood carriers. ఎక్కడి నుంచి? హార్ట్ నుంచి బాడీ పార్ట్స్ కి. From heart to the tubes, pipe. The tubes which carries oxygenated blood. From the heart to body part, the tubes which carries oxygenated blood are called arteries. We call them as arteries. We call them as arteries. The tubes which carries deoxygenated blood. Which blood? Deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated, the tubes which carries deoxygenated blood from, which means CO2. ఇది oxygenated O2 blood ని తీసుకువెళ్తే బాడీ పార్ట్స్ కి హార్ట్ నుంచి. Now the CO2 blood from body parts to heart. The CO2 rich blood is called as deoxygenated blood. From body parts to heart, carry చేసే tubes ని we call them as veins. We call them as veins. Oxygenated blood carriers ఎవరు? Arteries. Arteries. The smallest vein. Vein నుంచి ఈ పైప్ నుంచి ఇంకో పైప్ ఒరిజినేట్ అయితే that is the smallest vein. The smallest vein is called venule. What is it called? Venule. The venule is nothing but smallest vein. The smallest vein is called as venule. The smallest vein is called as venule. Next one, arteriole. Arteries. The smallest arteries ఏమంటాము? ఈ చిన్న పైప్, ఒక పెద్ద పైప్ నుంచి చిన్న పైప్ వస్తే దట్ పైప్ is called as arteriole. The smallest artery is called as, what is it called? OLE. Arteriole. Arteriole అంటే smallest artery. The smallest artery is called as arteriole. OLE. Venule అంటే smallest vein. The smallest vein is called venule. The next one, oma. Oma is nothing but tumor. Oma అంటే ఏంటి? Tumor. Carcinoma. What is meant by carcinoma? Cancerous tumor. Cancerous tumor are called carcinoma. Cancerous tumor. Oma అంటే tumor. Abnormal cell division is called as tumor. Carcinoma. Carcinoma is nothing but cancerous tumor. Cancerous tumor ఏమంటాము? Carcinoma. We call it as carcinoma. Emesis. Emesis is nothing but vomiting. The emesis is nothing but vomiting. Hematemesis. Hematemesis is nothing but, hemato అంటే blood. Blood vomiting ఏమంటాము? Hematemesis. Hematemesis is nothing but blood vomiting. Edema. Edema is nothing but swelling. Edema అంటే ఏంటి? Swelling. ఉబ్బటం. Swelling. పెరిఫరల్ ఎడిమా. కొన్నిసార్లు కొంతమందికి ట్రావెల్ చేస్తే లెగ్స్ స్వెల్ అవుతాయి. రెండు లెగ్స్ చాలా స్వెల్ అవుతాయి, అంటే ఉబ్బుతాయి, కాళ్ళు ఉబ్బినాయి అంటారు. ఎందుకని? బికాస్ లింఫ్ ఫ్లూయిడ్ అక్యుములేషన్ అయి ఉంటుంది అక్కడ, ఒక ఎక్కువ ట్రావెల్ చేయడం వల్ల. అందుకని ఎడిమా ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ స్పెల్లింగ్. ఎడిమా ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ స్పెల్లింగ్. పెరిఫరల్ ఎడిమా, ద లెగ్ స్పెల్లింగ్. ఎడిమా ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ స్పెల్లింగ్. యాసిస్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఫార్మేషన్ ఆఫ్ నెఫ్రోలిథియాసిస్. వాట్ ఇస్ నెఫ్రో? నెఫ్రో అంటే ఏంటి చెప్పండి? కిడ్నీ. లిథో అంటే, yes, very good. Litho అంటే stones. Litho అంటే ఏంటి? Stones. Yasis అంటే formation. The formation of kidney stones. The formation of stones in the kidney is called as nephrolithiasis. Nephrolithiasis is nothing but formation of stones in the kidney. Is called as nephrolithiasis. Next one, megaly. Megaly is nothing but enlargement. What is megaly? Enlargement. Hepatomegaly. Hepatomegaly. What is hepatomegaly? Enlargement of liver. If I say gastromegaly ante stomach. Very good. Next one, osis. Osis is nothing but condition of. What is meant by osis? Condition of. Cyanosis. Cyanosis is nothing but condition of which color? Bluish color. ఎందుకు అవుతుంది bluish color? Because lack of oxygen. When the body lacks oxygen, the body comes into the blue color. That condition is called as cyanosis. Cyanosis is nothing but condition of blue color. Next one, penia. Penia is nothing but abnormal reduction. Erythrocytopenia. What is meant by erythrocytopenia? Abnormal reduction of which cells? Erythrocytes ante RBC. చూడండి, పాయిసిస్ అంటే ఫార్మేషన్ ఆఫ్. పీనియా అంటే రిడక్షన్, తగ్గిపోతే దట్స్ కాల్డ్ as పీనియా. నెక్స్ట్ ఫేజియా అంటే స్పీకింగ్. డిస్ఫేజియా అంటే ఏంటి? డిఫికల్టీ ఇన్ ఫేజియా స్పీకింగ్. ఇక్కడ మీరు రెండు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. ఫేజియా GIA వస్తే వాట్ ఇస్ ఇట్ కాల్డ్? స్వాలోయింగ్, మింగడం. అదే PHASIA వస్తే దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ స్పీకింగ్. 10,000 అయిపోయిందా? 20,000 చేసి. ఓకే, Phasia is nothing but speaking. Dysphasia. Difficulty in speaking. Difficulty in speaking is called as dysphasia. Next one, phobia. Phobia is nothing but fear of. Fear of. Hydrophobia. What is meant by hydrophobia? Fear of water. H2O. Water ki fear unte, that's called as hydrophobia. Okay, that's it for today.